Iowa caucuses, the first vote tonight in the 2020 race for the Democratic presidential nomination.
Now, we should have the results to bring you now, but there isn't any. There has been a major disruption, apparently, in the vote count tonight in Iowa. KCAL 9 political reporter Randy Page is here now with this very latest on this breaking news. Randy.
This is just such a mess, a major embarrassment for Iowa's Democratic Party, which is running tonight's caucuses. The party rolled out a new phone app so all the votes could be reported electronically from across the state for the first time. But there are reports tonight it has failed miserably. Democrats across Iowa voted tonight in 1,700 schools, churches, and community centers in the once every 4-year tradition known as the Iowa caucuses for decades. The captain of each precinct would call in the results to the state party headquarters, but this year captains were given this phone app to report results. But many say they couldn't sign on to the app or post their results, and captains now have to call in. Many say they were placed on hold for hours. One captain from one of the largest Iowa counties was speaking live with CNN on the phone when he finally got through to state headquarters. You won't believe this. You got to hear this. Check it out.
Well, Wolf, I have been on hold for over an hour with the Iowa Democratic Party. They tried to, I think, promote an app to report the results. The app, by all accounts, just doesn't work. So we've been recommended to call into the hotline, and the hotline has not been responsive.
Have you gotten any explanation, Sean? Sean, have you gotten any explanation at all as to what's going on?
No, I have not. No. I'm just waiting on hold and doing my best to report the results from my precinct.
What are you hearing? I know you're listening to a conversation from the Iowa Democratic Party.
So this is a real coincidence, Wolf. I just got off hold just now, so I've got to get off the phone to report the results.
All right, go ahead and report your results. Can we listen in as you report them, Sean?
Yep.
All right, let's listen.
All right. Okay. Hi. Hello? They hung up on me. They hung up on me. Okay. I've got to get back in line on hold. They just hung up.
I know, hard to believe. Minutes ago, the Iowa Democratic Party issued this statement, quote, "We found inconsistencies in the reporting of 3 sets of results. This is simply a reporting issue. The app did not go down, and this is not a hack or an intrusion. The underlying data and paper trail is sound, and we will simply take time to further report the results." State party leaders say they are counting votes right now from captains who can get through on the phone, or from captains who were snapping a photo of their handwritten results and then texting the photo. Voters, if you could imagine, are frustrated. Candidates are giving speeches late tonight without knowing who won.
We know there's delays, but we know one thing. We are punching above our weight. Somehow, some way, I'm going to get on a plane tonight to New Hampshire, and we are bringing this ticket to New Hampshire.
And indications are, from our indications, it's going to be close. We're going to walk out of here with our share of delegates. We don't know exactly what it is yet, but we feel good about where we are. And look, so it's on to New Hampshire, Nevada, South Carolina, and well beyond. We're in this for the long haul.
So I'm just going to tell you what I do know.
You won!
Tonight, as a party, we are one step closer to defeating the most corrupt president in American history.
Let me begin by stating that I have a strong feeling that at some point the results will be announced. And when those results are announced, I have a good feeling we're going to be doing very, very well here in Iowa.
Again, the Iowa Democratic Party says it has all of the votes safe and sound on the original paper ballots and is able to count them all. It will just take a long time. No word at all when that final vote may be known. Of course, we will be here all night long on KCAL 9. We will bring you the results just as soon as they come in. That is, if they come in tonight.
What a fiasco.
Here in Des Moines, 11 o'clock out east, and we still have 0 precincts reporting. We've just gotten a statement in from the Iowa Democratic Party. I'm going to read you this statement. We're going to have our political director, Rick Klein, break it down for us on the other end of this. Here's what it reads. The integrity of the results is paramount. We have experienced a delay in the results due to quality checks and the fact that the IDP is reporting out 3 data sets for the first time. That's the Iowa Democratic Party. What we know right now is that around 25% of precincts have reported, and early data indicates turnout is on pace for 2016. That's from the Iowa Democratic Party Communications Director, Mandy McClure. So sort of 2 pieces of interesting information here, Rick. The first, it's on pace for 2016, which it wasn't a record turnout.
Right, that tells me it's not a record. That's right.
Do we know how many in 2016? What the numbers were? Were they more than 200,000?
Is this the pop quiz?
Okay.
Is this stump Rick? You know, I got
Usually it's hard to stump you.
We'll get to those numbers. They didn't get close to the numbers that
big research. Get us that number.
We'll get you that. It was a big year, but you remember there were only 2 candidates in the ballot,
right.
and remember that Donald Trump is the guy that they're running against, and so they remember that there's a lot of Democrats in the state who are very excited about all of this candidates. We heard about this record field that the Democrats had. So 2016 level excitement, that's fine for the Democrats, but that is not going to light people's seats on fire about the future of Iowa as a potential battleground state. But I think the more interesting piece of this information is this acknowledgement that there are significant problems here. We've been told now for about 2 hours that numbers are about to roll in. Something is seriously off about this vote count. And I know that there are people that want to throw around a lot of irresponsible terms about rigged, around hacking. We don't know any of that at this stage. What we can say confidently is that there are massive technical issues that are delaying the vote count right now in Iowa. And it is 100% better for this to be right rather than to be fast. But this is going to be a massive black mark on this event if we significantly delay a winner because of technical issues, given the skepticism out there around the electoral process, given the focus on Iowa, given all of the changes that were put in and the reforms that were put in. This is going to be a real problem for the Democrats, and we're still waiting. Now, it's as you said, we're hours into this process. To not have anything in is astounding.
There is somewhat of a fail-safe with the paper ballots. Yes. There will be a paper trail tonight, but to count, if we're talking about hundreds of thousands of ballots, will take a long time. We don't know the extent of the technical difficulties, correct? And we don't know exactly what went wrong at this point?
That's right. And according to the statement, it would appear that one of the problems is that one of the choke point of information that is coming into headquarters. Remember, this is a party-run event. This is not the state of Iowa that's putting this on. That's a critical thing to know about caucuses. So it's whatever infrastructure you build. Now, they went out and they purchased software for an app. They built a new app from scratch. Intriguingly, Tom, they haven't told anyone who built the app because they were worried about potential hacking. They were worried that people would target it or that company would be targeted in some way. So they have shrouded this app in some degree of secrecy. There were scattered reports earlier in the day about problems that precinct chairs were having with the app. We checked around on that. We were told, don't worry about it. We got it under control. And we always have landline phones in the end. But let me tell you, if there's a massive failure, 1,600 precincts calling in at the same time, imagine the hold music you're gonna have if you're calling in a result on a landline from a rural part of the state, waiting to tell the party what just happened.